Sometimes in life, there's a decision that you gotta make. You just gotta make that decision. I'm over it. I'm done with. You're never ever gonna treat me like that again. You're never gonna hurt me again. That's the decision you gotta make. Sometimes in life, you just gotta make that decision that you are done, you are fed up, and whether it is family or friends or co-workers or whatever your situation is, you've got to make a decision sometimes in life that I am not going to let people treat me like this again, or I'm not going to let this person treat me like this again. If you're in a relationship and that person is abusing you, it doesn't have to be physical. Physical abuse is not the only abuse. Then you got to make up your mind and you got to say to yourself, say to them or say to yourself, you are never going to treat me like that again. I am never going to allow myself to let you make me feel the way I feel right now. Right? Because a lot of times the pain and the hurt that we go through, after a while, it's because in some shape, form, or fashion, sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes we're encouraging it by the things that we're doing or not doing. And sometimes you just got to step up. You just absolutely got to step up and say, hey, never again. Never again are you going to hurt me again. Never again are you going to make me feel the way that I'm feeling right now. Never again am I going to be home waiting to figure out where you are, whether or not you're cheating and all this sort of nonsense. You're too grown for that. You got to make an adult decision sometimes in life. You got to make that decision that this person that's hurting you, this person that's treating you this bad, as I said, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, whatever it is, this person that's hurting you, you got to make up your mind. You are never going to hurt me again. You are never going to make me feel this way again, because you're not going to allow some sort of fake relationship to continue. You got to tell yourself, I cannot keep putting myself in a situation where I get hurt, which is what a lot of folks would do. You cannot keep doing that to yourself, because if you keep doing it to yourself, what you're doing is you're destroying your mental health. A lot of times people become a bitter person, just vengeful, full of hate, because you've been allowing someone to be in your space for way too long. So you got a decision to make. There's some friends, there's some family, there's some co-workers, there's some whatever the case is that are treating you a certain way, allowing you to feel a certain way. You got to tell them, that's it. It's over with. I'm not going to let you treat me like this ever again.